Okay, greetings. This update is called The Second Wave. Find your clan and make a plan. Now, I had hoped to have not had to make this video, but here we are. A couple of weeks ago, you may remember I advised that when the number of daily deaths surpass 143 days in a row and the hospital capacity reaches 40%, you should raise shields. I said lockdown, irrespective of government advice or not, as the case may be. Well, by now, you'll probably know that there are over 300 souls leaving us on a daily basis. That's over 2,000 people every week. If we do the maths, that means in around 14 days, that number will reach over 500 people a day, and that's almost 4,000 people a week. 4,000 a week. Now, if the hospitals, which are already treating some 10,000 patients with COVID-related illnesses, reach their capacity, when it's likely that you and I will start hearing about family members and friends who are ill, and some of them won't come back home. This three-tier system clearly isn't effective, but this government is more interested in getting you ready for Christmas shopping than looking after our collective well-being and protecting our elders. I mean, we should ask ourselves, what's changed? What's really changed from earlier this year, the first wave? What lessons have been learned? Now, we can say that doctors know more about how to treat this thing. They've got more medicines, they've got assisted breathing therapies, and these increase the chances of patients not needing to go into ICU. And that's a good thing. It also means more of us survive, although the real impact of long COVID is still being assessed. But how about those of us who are African, Asian, or from other minority communities? Well, the truth is nothing's changed. Nothing. Loads and loads of reports, but no action. So we now have around 2 weeks before things get crazy. But if you don't go to work, you won't get paid. And if you don't get paid, you can't pay rent or feed our families. But if you can't work from home, then you're more at risk of an increased viral load when you go out on the streets. That's frontline workers and families with next to no income like mine who are surviving on fumes. What can we do? Well, I say, don't panic, don't be afraid, but be prepared. Find your clan and make a plan. If you're a freelancer, do not do any freebies. You see, despite all the billions being spent on industry bailouts, remember, no one is coming to save us. It's just like with the bankers. If you work for an employer, then you've got to go in and ask for PPE and flexi hours. Do it for your union. Join one if you're not a member, so you're not targeted as a troublemaker. Do it now. If you're technically self-employed, well, you already know how useless the furlough scheme is. We're just eligible. Try not to stress. It's not fair, but we're going to have to be creative to survive. Avoid going outside other than for food, exercise, and distant check-ins on vulnerable loved ones, and just do whatever it takes to survive. Stay alive. Remember, the 3 C's are very simple to stick to. Avoid crowded spaces, close spaces, and close contact. Please, just wear a mask. Now, I know some of you like my sci-fi references, so let me put it in these simple terms. We're not quite at red alert, but there is no starbase or M-class planet nearby to beam down to for safety. And that water that's just been discovered on the moon, well, I think Gil Scott Heron has already explained that situation pretty well. So that means we need to plan for a long, rough ride. And as usual with this evil racist government that won't even feed its children, we're on our own. So please, be careful, be loving, be safe. May the ancestors continue to guide and protect us. Ashe. There are some great recommendations in the report that was published today. So the excuse that we need to wait for a vaccine or anything else, it's completely invalid and just basically a lie.